Good morning. It is Oscar Cisneros with Grease Monkey Mobile Mechanic. How you guys doing today? Today I couldn't help but realize that today's December 1st. This year is crazy. The older I get, the better water tastes. The older I get, the quicker time goes. The older I get, the more I realize I know nothing. And it's interesting to be able to view life through that lens because life becomes more profound. It becomes more deep. There's more meaning in it. There's more to extract. There's more to mine for. All you need is a shovel, perhaps a pickaxe to start digging, break the ground, and see what you're going to uncover and pull out from the earth. And today I want to talk a little bit about not so much how quickly the year is going, but as the year starts to wind down, we begin to, at least most people, not all, not even all, some people begin to plan for the next coming year, right? The goals that we would like to accomplish and fulfill. Everybody's on their own journey, whether it's an intentional pursuit of life or whether it's an unintentional approach and you just kind of fall wherever you go. I hope that you're not that person. I hope that you're the individual that intentionally sets a course and follows it. There's more meaning in that. It's a self-appointed, journey that you're going on, and you know where you're going, versus the individual who says, "Well, I'm just gonna see where the wind blows me today. We'll see where the sails push me, and wherever we land, we land." Don't be that type of person. I do believe that as we again begin to create a new approach for what's going on for this coming year, that we are called to do something great. Whether it's to give a helping hand to somebody, to give a good word to somebody, or whether it's just to do something that is outside of our comfort zone so that we can add the value that we need to, that the world so desperately needs. I believe that every single one of us has a calling. Every single one of us has a gift. And it's up to us to be able to handle that stewardship of what we've been given and use it appropriately. Some people can speak very well. Other people are very good, generous, they have high generosity and they can give. Other people have the ability to show love. Other people have the ability to use their hands and create things so that they can help other people with it. Everybody has a calling. And last night I was talking to a great group of guys, and we were discussing how, as a person who is called to do something great, I do believe that there is a opposing force that wants us to remain in the shadows, that wants us to remain hindered, and doesn't want to allow us to be able to penetrate through, have the breakthrough, and fulfill the calling that we need. A good example of that would be perhaps near-death experiences, perhaps major setbacks in life, circumstantial things that could potentially happen. And it was interesting because I believe that at times in life, missing an exit is a blessing. You could be on the freeway, and either because you're not paying attention or there was some divine providence that just kind of set in, you missed the exit that you were supposed to take. And I stop and I wonder, why did I miss that exit? Was there something waiting for me at the other end of that off ramp? Was there potentially an accident? Was there potentially something destructive that could have taken me out? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But I do know is that I'll get off on the next exit. And I know that the people listening to this video, either through experience, have seen it themselves, or they perhaps have seen it on a video. I know I've seen both, where you'll see somebody that misses their exit and they have no regard for anybody else. They'll be in the number one lane, and they will swerve all the way to the right, cut everybody out just because they don't want to miss their exit. Or I've seen people pull over on the side of the shoulder there, and they'll back up on the freeway, and then they'll get off on their exit because they don't want to miss it. And in doing so, they endanger the lives of other people. It was a selfish thing to do. It was an ill thought out plan, but who knows what type of danger they might have laid for themselves. in the process, or the type of danger they could have created for the people just standing around. So I do believe that a missed exit is an opportunity to do something amazing. A missed exit is a chance to go down the road a little bit further and see who else you might encounter. Interesting story that we were talking about was in the Bible, there's a man named Paul. And Paul was called to do some amazing things for the church. Paul was given a commission, so to say, and Paul took his stewardship extremely seriously. Now, Paul, throughout his entire time here on earth, he desired in his letters, because he would frequently write, especially when he wrote to the Romans, that he wished he was in Rome. He wished he was already there, but there were things that were holding him back. One of those things that set him back was a shipwreck. The man ended up on a boat as a prisoner, and he advised the operators of this vessel to say, hey, we probably shouldn't sail today, but they chose to ignore him. They did anyways, and they faced a tempestuous storm. I mean, this storm was wild. It destroyed the boat, and they all ended up on an island, floating with pieces of the boat, right? Scattered all over the island. Some of them were saved. And when Paul landed on the island, they encountered natives, and the natives were in awe of them because they had survived something so crazy. And as Paul was getting ready to pick up some firewood, he gets bit by a venomous viper. And the natives knew what that meant. It meant death. I mean, it was a bad omen. They said, here's a man who just survived a shipwreck. Here's a man who went through all of this inconvenience, so to say, risking his life. He finally saves his life on an island, and he gets bit by a viper. So they watched, and Paul just kind of shrugged the snake off and kept going about business. And they were timing him. I bet you they were taking bets, like he's going to fall in about 5 minutes. But Paul never did. And they began to glorify him as God. And he goes, no, I'm just a man. But let me tell you about somebody else. Let me tell you about this Jesus guy. And a lot of people on the island were wowed by that testimony. They were wowed by his calling. And they were wowed because Paul took or missed an exit. So I hope that you guys can also find the blessing in being able to miss an exit, perhaps, whether it's through a missed opportunity at work, whether it's missing your exit off the freeway. Go down a little further. You can always take the detour, and you never know where life might take you. So with that being said, as we begin to wrap this month up of December, I pray and I hope that you guys can find a calling that is in your life that you can make an impact on. Everybody has something special to give. Everybody. This hand has no way of saying I have no need of this hand. I'm a mechanic, so there's times where this hand can do a particular task, and there's times where I have to go in at this angle and grab it with this hand. So he can't say to this hand, I have no use of you. Same thing with the rest of my limbs, my legs, the members of our body. They all play a different function, and they all play a different role. Nevertheless, they're all part of one body, and that one body is designed to glorify God up on high. So, why do I believe all this stuff? Why do I believe that this stuff holds any weight? And I believe that most of the people listening into this video are not dumb people. I believe that we're skeptical people. People generally have to be skeptical in life, and being skeptical is good. But don't be cynical to the point where you're always trying to find the ulterior motive in other people's beliefs or in other people's actions. Because being a cynic will prevent you from allowing you to absorb real truth, because your ears are already closed. You're just opening and looking with your eyes. Be skeptical, right? And question it. But anything that is true can hold its weight under any type of questioning. And my belief in this is that, it tells me how to live my life as a human being, and I've had success in that. I've had fruitful relationships. It tells me how to be a husband, and I have a great marriage. It tells me how to be a father, and it shows me how to be the right father for my children. it shows me how to be a member of the world, and I have success in that as well. Now, I'm not perfect. I want you guys to get that clear. I am not perfect. And anybody that claims to be, run away. I'm not perfect. I fall far, far, far from that mantle. But it's a renewal that every day we challenge ourselves, we question ourselves, and we look into oneself to say, how can we be a better version of who we were yesterday for today, right? Because we don't compare ourselves to other people. We compare ourselves to us. And it's this constant and daily renewal, right? Like the way our cells reproduce every day and become new again, where we in our spirit and our soul have to be new again, so that again we can be that light that people so desperately need. You know, when a lamp shines bright and gives off light, you don't hide it under a bed. You don't cover it up with a blanket. You set it on a lampstand so that people can see. So I pray that you guys can be that lampstand and that you guys can shine some light in a world full of darkness. With that being said, Oscar is out. Thank you guys for checking out this video. Have a happy December 1st. It's 8:45 a.m. And hope you guys get off on the wrong exit today. Thanks, guys.